Happy New Year and welcome to 2018. Welcome to my first Bellydance tutorial of the year. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome here as well. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do the Bellydance Flutter. And if you're not familiar with this movement, it is the illusion that you have a bunch of happy little butterflies floating around in your abdomen. So today's lesson will be broken up into two parts. First, I'm going to explain to you the concept of how to create the flutter. And then the second part of the tutorial will be kind of some different examples of how you can kind of accessorize the movement based on the emphasis and based on the timing and the rhythm of the movement. The flutter is a breath-driven movement. Normally with belly dance, it's mostly muscular, but with this specific movement, it is completely driven by your breath. Now, unfortunately, there is no talking with this movement, so at some points I probably will have to do a voiceover. So let's go ahead and review a little bit of anatomy. So in order to create the flutter, we have to utilize our diaphragm. If you're not familiar with your diaphragm, it is a horizontal muscle that helps to, when you inhale, it flattens, and then vice versa, it will expand when you exhale. To help me demonstrate today, I have a balloon, which kind of helps me to display the concept of how the flutter feels. The flutter feels a lot like having a pocket of air or a balloon essentially, right here between where your ribs part. So imagine a fist or a little ball of air or a balloon being pressed. That's essentially what we are going to do to our diaphragm. Another key point about the flutter is that a lot of belly dancers or instructors that you see on YouTube will tell you to exhale all the air in your lungs before you begin the movement. That's a really great way to start, but eventually you want to learn how to do it with both inhaling and exhaling. The reason why that's so important is because when you're dancing and you're doing your choreography, you don't want to have to exhale prematurely just because you're about to do the flutter. You should be able to do the flutter whether you've just inhaled before that movement or just exhaled before that movement. So here I will show you the difference. So say I just did a movement. Here I am, you can see I'm going to inhale. That same movement. And now I'm exhaling. So you should be able to do both. They give a slightly different appearance just because your rib cage will be more elevated because you have air in your lungs. But ultimately, the movement should be the same. So again, let me repeat that for you. Here's inhale and exhale. One of the hardest and most challenging things about the flutter is to look graceful while doing it. So you want to relax your face while you're doing this movement. You don't want to be looking like you're strained. You don't want your neck to kind of go forward, your shoulders to kind of come forward. That tends to be something that you see pretty commonly. Soft arms, chin should be elevated, and a calm face. So to start off our flutter movement, you want to go ahead and empty your lungs of any air.
Notice that I'm maintaining good posture. My chest will elevate slightly because we're creating room for our diaphragm to flatten and expand. So what your lungs are going to be doing is expanding. That's how you kind of get that lifted chest look. You'll have the sensation of pressure in your throat where you're pulling back and in your lungs as they attempt to expand. Referring to my example from earlier, the pocket of air or balloon is our diaphragm. What we're going to be doing is forcing our diaphragm to flatten and expand without actually taking in air. Another way to think about it is by trying to take quick gasps of air without actually opening your mouth. Watch yourself closely in the mirror and you'll begin to see that this creates a pulse type movement. Ultimately, you want to practice creating multiple pulses to create the vibrating look. The quicker and more forceful the pulses are, the larger flutter you're going to create.
It kind of takes a little time to create that stamina to really get the big flutter. It really just comes with practice. You might just get a small vibration at first, and that's totally fine. The other way that you can practice your stamina is to time yourself. Set a timer, try to go for 5 seconds and then 10 seconds. You know, a few days later, 15, whatever, and even up to like 30 seconds if you really want to. That's kind of another way to increase your stamina with the flutter. You can practice drilling this movement with different arm patterns. I highly recommend that, just so that you can maintain your posture, look at your face, create that grace while doing this movement, and incorporate it into your daily drills. Now I'm going to show you how you can kind of customize the movement to your liking. So a lot of people think that you need to engage your core while doing this movement. You do not need to engage your core, essentially, because I will tell you here that it creates a different look. It's your choice if you want to engage your core or not. I think engaging your core does make it a little bit more challenging, and the movement is not as large. So I can demonstrate that for you right now. So here I am engaging my core, basically meaning that I'm kind of contracting all of my abdomen. And I will try to do the flutter, and you'll see that it's not as large as when I'm relaxed. This might sound a little bit crazy, but by relaxing your torso, you kind of allow you are basically taking advantage of any fat that you have on your body and using it to your advantage. But what's going to happen is that you're going to create the movement. It's going to reverberate down your torso. So that's what creates like the amazing flutter that looks huge that you can see like from the back of the stage. That's really what's going to give you that effect. So ultimately it's your choice whether you want to contract your abs, you're going to get a smaller flutter, or you can relax and create that really big movement. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that one. As you can see, it's a lot larger because I'm relaxing, allowing my torso to just kind of flow with my diaphragm being the driving force. Now I'm going to show you some examples of how you can customize your flutter. So just like with any other belly dance movement, you can layer it with other movements, or you can change the size and the speed of the movement. I missed it! For today's tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos, and as usual, don't forget to put any questions down below and let me know what you guys want to learn next. Happy dancing, and I'll see you next time.